Welcome to our Modi briefing. Today we're diving into the latest global buzz. First up, the Brics virtual summit saw members trying to stand united against U.S. trade tensions, but internal caution and economic ties with Washington kept things lukewarm. Lula aimed to position Brics as a champion of multilateralism, but divisions, especially India's careful stance, showed the delicate balancing act emerging economies face. Next, Japan's political scene is in a bit of a whirlwind, with its third prime minister in a year. This leadership shuffle is stirring up uncertainty around Japan's foreign policy, especially with regional tensions rising involving China and Australia. It's a tricky time for Japan to maintain stability and assertiveness on the global stage. Lastly, India is walking a tightrope, rebalancing its relationships with China, Russia, and the US. While striving for strategic autonomy, India is boosting energy and defense ties with Russia and trying to improve US relations despite trade friction. This multi-alignment strategy helps India maintain independence in a shifting geopolitical landscape. Please continue to watch for more detailed insights. According to South China Morning Post, the recent Brics virtual summit, convened by Brazilian President Lula da Silva, was marked by cautious diplomacy rather than the fiery rhetoric many anticipated. Major members like Brazil and India, wary of provoking US President Trump, displayed restraint. India's absence, with Foreign Minister Jaishankar representing the country, signaled its strategic balancing act amid ongoing tensions over trade deficits, tariffs, and its relationship with Washington. Lula, meanwhile, aimed to position Brics as a defender of multilateralism and a counterweight to unilateral U.S. policies, emphasizing reforms at the World Trade Organization and promoting the bloc's new development bank as a pillar for a just, sovereign transition. Yet, divisions persisted within Brics, especially with India's cautious stance, reflecting its deep economic ties with the US and the influence of Trump's aggressive trade policies, including threats of tariffs and de-dollarization measures. Lula's softer rhetoric was a calculated move to maintain unity and avoid direct confrontation, but the underlying geopolitical tensions threaten the bloc's cohesion as it navigates the complex landscape of global power dynamics. The Sydney Morning Herald reports that Japan's political landscape is experiencing instability with Prime Minister Shibe's resignation, adding a layer of concern to its foreign policy posture amid rising regional tensions. Japan's frequent leadership changes, though historically not unusual, now threaten the stability of its foreign security strategy, especially in the context of China's escalating military activities around Japanese waters and Beijing's broader regional ambitions. The ongoing leadership shuffle hampers Japan's ability to effectively participate in the Quad security dialogue with the US, Australia, and India, which is crucial for countering China's influence in the Indo-Pacific. Experts like Tomohiko Satake emphasize that strong, stable leadership is vital for Japan's foreign policy, which is currently hampered by internal political turmoil and a lack of clear direction. The potential rise of hawkish figures like Sanai Takaichi could influence Japan's China policy, but overall, the leadership vacuum risks weakening Japan's strategic position in a volatile region where China's assertiveness continues to grow. Nikkei Asia highlights the ongoing efforts to mend the strained US-India relationship amid recent tensions over trade and strategic disagreements. Despite Trump's indirect messages of friendship with Modi, the relationship remains fragile, with the US imposing tariffs and criticizing India's Russian oil purchases. In response, India has engaged in extensive lobbying efforts, including hiring prominent Washington firms like Mercury Public Affairs and SHW Partners. to advocate for reduced tariffs and the protection of its H-1B visa program. Proposals to strengthen ties include increasing Indian imports of U.S. liquefied natural gas and elevating the partnership to a treaty-based strategic alliance encompassing technology, defense, and supply chains. Former U.S. officials like Kurt Campbell and Jake Sullivan suggest that such a treaty could solidify the relationship amid ongoing discord, though domestic opposition within the U.S. Pyongyang, particularly from conservative factions, complicates the path forward. Despite these initiatives, experts believe India may ultimately concede on tariffs, while the strategic partnership remains a key focus for both nations as they navigate a complex geopolitical environment marked by mutual interests and competing pressures. CNN vividly captures the stark realities of the Ukraine conflict, illustrating how President Trump's misguided belief in diplomacy with Putin has inadvertently emboldened Russia's relentless assault on Kiev. The article describes the brutal aerial bombings targeting Ukraine's government buildings and civilian areas, including the tragic loss of children, painting a grim picture of a war driven by Moscow's refusal to seek peace. It emphasizes Putin's strategic alliances with Xi Jinping and Modi, which bolster Russia's resilience amidst Western sanctions, revealing Moscow's awareness of its diplomatic and economic vulnerabilities. The piece underscores the dangerous momentum Russia has gained, with Kiev's defenses strained and Russian forces potentially preparing for a decisive offensive, while Trump's attempts at economic sanctions seem insufficient to deter Putin's unwavering pursuit of territorial gains and victory, highlighting the complex, high-stakes chess game in which diplomacy and military might collide. Deutsche Welle vividly portrays India's delicate balancing act amid the rising tensions with the United States, China, and Russia. The article recounts Prime Minister Narendra Modi's diplomatic gestures, such as his symbolic handshake with Xi Jinping and Putin at the SKO summit, signaling India's pursuit of strategic autonomy. Despite the U.S. high tariffs and strained relations, India continues to deepen its energy and defense ties with Russia, illustrating a nuanced approach that avoids outright confrontation. Experts describe India's strategy as neither confrontation nor capitulation, emphasizing its effort to leverage relationships across blocs while safeguarding its sovereignty. The piece highlights the ongoing friction caused by U.S. tariffs on Indian exports, yet underscores India's recognition that the U.S. remains indispensable for its technological, military, and geopolitical ambitions, an intricate dance of diplomacy driven by the desire to maintain independence while navigating a shifting global power landscape. The Globe and Mail vividly details Canada's ambitious push into autonomous trucking, aiming to revolutionize its logistics industry amid a driver shortage that could double by 2035. The article recounts the Canadian Automated Vehicle Initiative's goal to develop a driverless tractor-trailer capable of crossing the country by 2028, setting a world record for autonomous freight travel. It describes the technical and regulatory hurdles, emphasizing that safety and harmonized standards across provinces are the most formidable challenges. The piece highlights existing pilot projects in Europe and North America, showcasing the potential lives saved and efficiency gains from autonomous trucks, while stressing that Canada's fragmented regulatory landscape hampers progress. The narrative underscores the importance of leadership and cooperation, positioning Canada at the cusp of a transportation revolution that could secure its competitive edge in autonomous vehicle technology, with the promise of safer, more efficient freight movement on the horizon. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopsis, thoughtfully curated by the 6DO team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6DO Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6DO team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6DO Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6DO Brief via email.